Hello guys and gals, it's Nation here, and we're going to do another painting tutorial. Now this one's quite interesting. This is from a company called Wordforge Games, and they have a game called GoreBall. Basically, to all you Blood Bowl fans, it's kind of I wouldn't say a rip-off of that, it's its own version, but if you want substitutes for your Blood Bowl miniatures, these are pretty good. So this is an ogre based off our friend. Forget my words out right. Our friend Phil at Wargamer Online, and I'm already bringing in the paints in. So we're going to start off with Scarlet Red, and this is going to go all over the trousers and basically anywhere where I wanted it to be red. Now I had an interesting thing when I was painting this. There was no real guides, so it's one of those odd things when you get given free reign and you don't have any like box art to go off of to get an idea of what you're really looking for. So there's a certain amount of playing about with colours. I try to keep it down to a minimum, so hopefully there shouldn't be too many mistakes. If there are any, I will let you know, hopefully. Now, this is one of many ogres you can get from Wordforge Games, so I'll stick a link in the description down below, so if you're interested in some substitute minis, they have a whole ogre team, and they have a whole goblin team as well, which is pretty cool. I've got both of them, they're pretty cool minis, to be honest with you. So if you fancy checking them out, get some kind of alternative sculpts for your Blood Bowl minis, go check them out. Now, when I did the Scarlet Red, I should have really put it on thicker because it didn't go on very thick. So you'll see me do a fair few coats on that. Now, this, I believe, was Dark Reaper. It's been a little while since I've painted this model. No, it wasn't Dark Reaper at all. It was Abyssal Blue from Scale 75. Sorry, I'm leading down the wrong path there. Yeah, Scale 75, Abyssal Blue there. It's as good as Dark Reaper, a little bit darker, so, basically a really dark grey. We're going to be highlighting it up. Also, that bit I just painted, I don't think it ends up being grey, so don't worry about that. Right, now, skin. This is going to be a base coat of Bugman's Glow. So, nothing overly fancy, just trying to stay within the lines. And again, should really put it on thicker, because I just have to do multiple coats on this. Okay, now we're using Warp Block Bronze, and this is going to go over the gold areas. So I didn't get the consistency right the first time, so I mixed up, made it a bit thicker, and came back in so I could get a more solid coat over it. So yeah, anywhere there's gold, you want to put this. Hindsight, what I probably should have done is do all of this, the Warp Block Bronze first, and then do the reds afterwards, because I have to come back and do the reds anyway to tidy up after I've done all the golds, so probably makes more sense just to do all the golds first. I did want to add other metals into this, but I didn't want too many colours going on, so the majority of this model, all the metallic colours are gold, basically. And it kind of does look like he's also wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, because that gets painted up gold later, so I think maybe we can give Phil a new nickname as Thanos. Maybe not such a tyrant, but does have a gauntlet. Also, as well, that skull at the front, I hesitated quite a lot. I wasn't sure. I thought I was going to go for a bone colour. In the end, I ended up painting it all gold. So, you'll see me hesitate and not paint that bit. Basically, yeah, just paint it with Wargamers bronze. Now, there's a reason why I haven't clipped off the gate either. It's actually acting quite nicely as a model holder. Even though you see me being clumsy and sticking my fingers all over it. But not clipping them off the gate does actually help quite a bit. So yeah, here's the Infinity Gauntlet. I should have done like coloured stones on it. May do that back later on. As well, this model's got a beard, and I'm thinking if I could try and merge the beard and the head in one and paint it all purple, it would pretty much look like Thanos' giant chin. Yeah, I might see if I can get another model of this and paint it up like Thanos. Okay, now this is another coat of Scarlet Red, just to try and strengthen up colours. I wasn't overly happy with the end results of the trousers and the reds on this. However, I've learned quite a lot since I did this one, and there's a few tricks I would try now. But for the sake of it, this is a relatively simple paint job, so you don't need to be overly technical with it, and it doesn't take a massive amount of time. Just remember, try and maybe thicken up your paints a little bit so you don't have to do 3 coats. I know that's kind of sacrilege, but it's true. Now this is coming in, I believe, with Beastie Brown. And we're just painting up all the sort of leathery bits or shoe bits. Now, a lot of people have asked why I tend to film the entire video. I like to do it to show my mistakes. To show you also as well how long things would take. Now, I know this is sped up, so this is not a true representation, but you get an idea of how much you have to do. And there we go, filling in the chest plate again. Wargamers bronze. Okay, now doing a non-oil wash on the black areas, sorry, the vest, black clothing areas. And we're also painting black circles around where the badge numbers will go. Badge numbers? Player numbers? I don't know, it's a badge. Now we're giving the face a wash of Druchii Violet. Or anywhere there's skin, basically. Now we're coming in with Scarlet Red from the Model Air range, rather than the Game Air range. And this is going to be our highlight feature. Hindsight, probably would have gone up another colour after this one. I think that's where I went wrong with it. But you live and you learn. Also, where the badges are, I've just been painting the Scarlet Red, the lighter tone red, in the bottom half of it. It gives off a kind of weird sense of metal when it does, like the reflections hitting the bottom. It's like either glass or metal. And a bit of Nuln Oil wash over the knee pads. And back with some more Scarlet Red. And back with even more Scarlet Red. May have mixed some orange into this as well. Should have probably gone a bit more stark with it, but hey. Okay, now this is an interesting bit. I'm trying to do gold, but I want to kind of dinged up, kind of goldish. Now I learned this technique a while back, and it's basically stippling with a gold paint over a bronze or a dark brown. Not dry brushing, stippling, so you're pushing the brush down onto it so you get kind of scratch marks going across. And it works the same principle. You thin all the paint off, but then you dab it on, basically. Now we're coming back in with some more Cadian, sorry, not Cadian, this is Bugman's Glow, and we're just bringing the skin highlights back up again. As you can see, I'm coming in with multiple layers here, just to kind of tidy up. Okay, now we're coming in with some Cadian flesh tone. Now, again, we're just bringing out some of the highlights on the skin. I think one of the most common misconceptions when they do highlights, a lot of people either leave too much or too little of the previous colour underneath. So, as soon as you've done a fair few sort of faces or heads with a particular style, you basically leave shadows around the temples going backwards, fading up to a brighter. And then you just pick up all the lines on the face. So the nose, cheeks, the dimples or the frowns from the cheeks, sort of the upper lip lines. Just highlight all of those. Just don't highlight everything. Okay, now we're coming in with some even lighter colours. Now I believe this is a bit of elf flesh mixed, or pale flesh mixed in with Cadian, just to bring it up another notch. And now we're coming in with a wash of Bugman's Glow. So this is very thinned down Bugman's Glow, so it's almost as if a glaze. And this just goes over all the skin to try and start blending it back in. Okay, now coming back onto the vest, we're using Graphene Grey from Scale 75, just to bring out highlights a bit. Now we're coming in with some Cold Grey from Vallejo Gamer, just to give those extra highlight points. And then another wash of Bugman's Glow glaze. Okay, now we're coming in with some of that Scarlet Red again. Shouldn't have done this bit. Should have done the gold first, and then come back. I'm mixing a little bit of white into this just to get a slight bit of highlights, but I think I should have gone a bit further with it. Okay, now I'm coming in with some Retributive Gold mixed in with some silver, just to give a bit of highlights, to do some hard edge highlighting around these panels. Okay, now we're coming in with a higher mix of silver. And then some straight silver, just as some final highlight points. And while we're out, we just paint the little sort of buckles on the leather straps. Okay, now this is Vallejo Game Air Earth, I believe. It's a dark brown. You can choose the consistency you want. Now there is a mistake I make on this video. I don't paint a layer of his beard, and I do apologise about that, Phil. But basically the step you missed out is, or you miss, is painting stripes of beastie brown down the fur. Sorry, fur? Beard. I guess it's fur if you're talking animal sense, but yeah. That bit unfortunately got missed, so I do apologise, but yeah, it's just basically beastie brown or an orangey style brown painted over a good majority of it. So now this bit is where I'm coming in with a white, doing some lines, and then I'm coming in with an orange wash, just to try and balance out and get that browny orangey white look. And then just coming back in with other bits of brown as well, just to balance it all out. So just have a bit of a play around with this bit until you got what you're happy with. Okay, now this is coming with little bits of Vagrax Earthshade. And just shading elements of the gold armor. And the leather straps. Okay, now we're coming in with some lighter grey, and I think this is cold grey, possibly mixed with dark reaper, just to start off and get a little bit of highlight on the knee pads. Then coming with cold grey, and then going up to stonewall grey. Just felt like the knee pads needed a little bit more definition, so I just did a little bit of hard edge highlighting on them. And now the most troublesome bit is painting eyes, something I'm not very good at. I'll allow you to do your own way of doing this, but basically I try and paint white and then try and paint a black dot. Other people have different ways of doing it. It's something I'm still trying to perfect at the moment, so if you know a way of doing it, do it your way. And then we're coming in with some pale flesh and just giving some extra little bits of highlight. And there's a bit of normal wash on the knee pads there. And we're done. Now I've put decals in and I've stuck them on a grass base. Decals have been done in so many videos now, it's not really worth my time showing them off. If you do want to know, there's a video on the Chilling Wargamers channel where I show you how to do it. It's really quite easy. But yeah, this is a great model to paint, a lot of fun. Remember, go check out Wordforge Games. Also go check out the boys at Wargamer Online, where you should be able to find Phil and see what this model was based off of. Again, next time I will probably paint the gemstones and the knuckles so he has an infinity gauntlet. But yes, check the links out below. You should see where you can purchase as many if you wish to. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye bye.